time. Let's meet the starting lineup. First for the visiting Falcons.
And welcome back to Canale Arena for the men's game as Christian Brothers hosts Montevallo. We just saw an exciting finish to the women's game. Unfortunately for CBU, didn't go their way. Came down to a final shot in that one and just couldn't come over the top. But nonetheless, an 83-81 exciting game and a win there for Montevallo. CBU men hoping for different fortunes here as they take on Montevallo. Your starters for the Falcons: Xavier Malcolm, Braxton Bertolette, Jason King, Bob Carroll, and Aris Monte Bonds rounding out the Falcons starting five. For your CBU Bucks: number 24, Daniel Luce, number 3, Christian Jones, number 5, Aiden Ruthsatz, number 21, Charlie Champagne, and number 4, Keeving Etienne. As these guys getting introduced just now, CBU coming off a triple overtime loss to Auburn Montgomery. An absolute battle of a game. Jones, who you just saw introduced, scored 20 and 10 in that game, his first career double-double. But after that battle, his team hoping for quick regulation game in this one, but most importantly to get a win out of this nonetheless. Coming into this, looking at Montevallo, they are coming off a 75-65 win over Alabama Huntsville. They shot 51% from the field in that game, 46% from three-point range. And that's the bread and butter for Montevallo. Shooting as a team, shooting 38% from long distance. CBU not too far behind at 36% as well. But more than a third of all of Montevallo's shots have come from distance as both teams taking the court here. CBU in the home whites, Montevallo in their road deep purples with the yellow stripes. "20 minutes are on the clock. We get the okay from the officials. And we are underway at Canale Arena. The tip won by Montevallo. The ball in his hands, number 5, Bob Carroll. Xavier Malcolm, the team's leading scorer, at the top of the key, firing off a quick three. Just a bit long, CBU with the rebound. Ruth Satz at the top of the key. Firing off the straightaway three, a bit long. That was Charlie Champagne. Both teams like to play fast. Both teams like to take a lot of threes. And a quick turnover here from Jason King. Just rolled out off the baseline. And CBU looking to capitalize. Ruth Satz. Head coach John T. Riley calling for movement. The floater doesn't go, but getting his own rebound. Christian Jones. The second chance won't go either. Montevallo right back with it. Quick takeaway attempt there from Champagne. Pops out of bounds, so it'll stay with the Falcons. Bring it up, that's Bob Carroll. His last game had 16 points, 6 rebounds, but he is turnover prone, 8 turnovers. And you see there, not so great pass. Skips out.
Strong possession. Come on, keep yourself going.
Bucks looking to capitalize off of this turnover.
Cut hard! Bring it!
Ruth Satz driving in from straight away. Goes across the paint to Luce. It won't go now, Montevallo. Short jumper, and the first bucket of the game is scored by Braxton Bertolet. Last game had 17 points in their win over Huntsville. As we see a whistle coming here. Daniel Luce getting CBU on the board. The Bucks leading scorer. 13.8 points per game. Game tied at 2 apiece as we're just underway here. Bertolet trying for 3. It's a bit off target. Ruth Satz trying to push the pace here, trying a fancy shot underneath. It won't go. The rebound to Luce. It pops out to the left side. Last touched by the Falcons. So CBU catches a break here. Jones with the kick out to Champagne. He hits the 3. CBU has their first lead of the day. It's 5-2. CBU bench coming alive here, chanting defense as Montevallo looks to answer. The pass from Jason King nearly batted away. Malcolm passes off to King. CBU with a great defensive sequence there. Ruth Satz left it up for Luce. Jones trying to reset. Ruth Satz gets called for the charge. Montevallo back with it. Swinging it around the arc. The entry. Bonds wanted the dunk. Nice denial there from CBU. As Etienne was keeping on him.
Now move it. Hands down. That's why you got to put the hand on the
So we have the first timeout here of the first half, first media break here. Coming in over to the sideline to check in was Opong Bramble. Just rolling in here to this one at the first media break. It's a 5-2 CBU lead. Seen some good defensive stops here so far from CBU. Overall quality tight game, just not a lot of scoring early on. 2 of 9 for CBU to start this one. 1 of 6 for Montevallo. The 5 coming out for the Bucks are Ruth Satz, Bramble, Etienne, Jones, and Champagne. Your 5 for Montevallo are Malcolm, Bertolet, Carroll, King, and Bonds. Bertolet guarded by Champagne. Malcolm's shot goes behind the basket. Falcons will get this one back after it just popped out on CBU. Xavier Malcolm with a backdoor cut going around. They don't go to him. Instead, the short corner jumper. Bob Carroll with his first points of the game. 5-4 game now. Is Etienne with some fancy moves in the paint. Gets himself on the stat sheet today. Seven to 4 Bucks lead. Bertolet hands off to King on the perimeter. King going high-low. And Ruthsatz popping it out, but they'll call him for a foul. His first. Ruthsatz comes off. Coming on is Jesse Payne, not only a Memphis native, Whitehaven product. Commercial Appeal Elite 8 team back in high school. Was part of 3 state tournament teams with Whitehaven. As Charlie Champagne diving on the floor to save that stop. Good defensive play from him. Good hustle play. As Jesse Payne fires off the 3-ball. And we'll see a whistle here. This one going against the Falcons. Bramble going to the line here for his first attempts of the day. First attempts for CBU overall. Bramble misses the first one. He's 8 of 10 so far from the line this season coming into today. Freshly into the game is Aiden Gardner from Montevallo as Bertolet fires up another 3. That one misses. Champagne down with it.
He's open! 14! Move it! Rebound!
Shot from Bramble doesn't go. 7-4, CBU still leading. As Gardner getting his first chance. That one right off the blocks and in, and we have just a 1-point basketball game. Gardner, a 6'9" freshman from Western Australia. Jones kicks it back out. Payne driving in along the left side, kick back out to Champagne, going for 3. Just a bit short. And that one will go to the Falcons. Nice play by King to bounce it off of Etienne. McNeil and King coming up. Malcolm, Bertolet, and Gardner. Rounding it out for Montevallo. Pulling up for three, and just a bit long was Jason King. 6'5" junior from Birmingham, Alabama. Jesse Payne in the paint, gets stripped. Coming back with it, McNeil. He gets the bucket, and he'll pick up the foul as well. He'll go to the line. That one called against Christian Jones. Gives Montevallo the 1-point lead, chance to make it 2 here. And he does just that. 9-7, Montevallo leads.
Get out of there. Good, move it. There you go. Get the close out.
CBU trying to get some ball movement. They do, and they get the 3 from Fami Mamo. Last game had 26 minutes, 13 points, 5 rebounds. He had only played 10 total minutes in his previous 4 games, so he's getting a lot more playing time as of late. We saw why with that 3, as coming back with the answer is McNeil on a layup.
Hey, you're in corner now. Move back. Move back. Move it. Put that corner zone. Over here. Over here.
10 seconds on the shot clock. Poked away from Bonds, and it'll be CBU ball when we come out of this timeout. Under 12 here. Montevallo leading 11-10. Low scoring affair so far here at Canale Arena. Overall, a very well-executed game. Just not a lot of shots falling for either team so far in this game. Montevallo hasn't hit a 3 yet. They're 0 for 4. 5 for 13 overall from the field for them, 38%. Christian Brothers, meanwhile, 4 for 14, just 29% from the field overall. But they've hit 2 of 5 3-pointers so far in this game. Christian Brothers also leading on the rebounding game right now, 12-8 over the Falcons. CBU with 5 offensive rebounds so far compared to Montevallo's just 2.
Got 8 seconds, fella. Hey, it's right away. Block right away, Jesse. Hey, right away. Now.
Jesse Payne with the basketball. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Deifel driving in. And he gets it to go. Nice hook. Gives CBU the 12-11 lead as Ruth Satz gets ready to check in at half court. Gardner sends it back out, resets with Bonds. Malcolm Xavier firing off the 3. Haven't seen much from him yet, the leading scorer for Montevallo. Another 3 ball. That one goes long for J.C. McNeil. Losing his footing, but getting the ball off to and around to Deifel now to Fami Mamo in the paint. Gets it to fall. Nice drive on the baseline for Mamo. The 6'6" sophomore leading the way with 5 points so far for Christian Brothers. It's a 14-11 CBU lead. Bertolet thought about the shot, instead tried to pass it off to Gardner midair. It doesn't connect. Now Jesse Payne kicking out. The 3 ball coming down. Falcons recover the missed shot. Past the midway point in this first half. CBU leading 14-11. This one's been a rock fight so far. Malcolm Xavier again long. Now 0 for 3 from deep. 0 for 4 overall for Xavier Malcolm. Falcons walk with it. CBU firing it. Mamo on the misfire there. Bertolet on the kick out. And the splashdown coming from Bonds. The Chicago State transfer, tying the game at 14 apiece.
You're not physical, coach. You're not physical.
Head coach John Riley calling for more physicality. Is underneath. That's Hassan Njai just into the game, the 7-footer. From Senegal. Montevallo has Bonds. Long 2 straight away, won't go. And coming down with it is Njai.
Hey, go Sarge. Sarge right away. Sarge.
Ruth Satz bringing it up. Lorenzo Wright with the ball in his hands. Deifel swinging it around. Mamo in the paint. The drive. The high angle off the glass just tips out. Still a tied game at 14 all. Bonds on the kick to Bertle at the corner 3. A bit long. Right. Not quite. Another 3-point attempt. That won't go. So at the under 8, it's tied at 14 apiece. The leading scorer for CBU right now, Fami Mamo with 5 points on 2 of 3 shooting, including a 3-pointer. As you've mentioned, just an overall lack of shots falling for both teams so far. Both teams under 30% from the field. Christian Brothers, 2 of 7 from 3. Montevallo, 1 of 10. And this is a team that, as we mentioned at the beginning of the game, the Falcons, they score a lot of points from the 3 ball. 46% in their win over Alabama Huntsville, their last win earlier this week. Overall, as a team, they shoot 38% from the 3 as a team. their leading scorer in Xavier Malcolm, traditionally a 45% three-point shooter. He's 0 for 3 so far to start this game, which stats will tell you that at some point these shots are going to start falling for these guys. That does right there for Nick Deifel. He's now got 4 on the day, gives CBU the lead, 16-14. Bertolet swings it out to Tyler Jones just into the game for his first minutes. McNeil firing off the 3 as the shot clock expires. It's shot clock violation. It didn't touch the rim. CBU had the rebound anyway. Now they can take it out. CBU in the half court. The turnaround just bounces out there as Brambles shot, that is. 16-14 still. McNeil directing traffic. CBU wants more defensive pressure. Gardner takes advantage on the block, ties the game at 16 apiece. Haven't seen much of a flow to this game. CBU trying to start some. As Bramble gets it to go after the miss the last time up the court. Bramble's first points of the day. 18-16. CBU is in front. Bertolet's floater a little short. Ouch. Down hard on the floor there was Nick Deifel. Looked like he wanted the call. Into the game comes Bonds off as Gardner for the Falcons. CBU into the game, Keeving ATN. Coming off is Nick Deifel. Walking gingerly off the court after coming down hard there underneath the basket. Xavier Malcolm still looking for his first points of the game. Missed on the 2, ball right back in his hands. Jason King trying for the third chance. Instead, there's an offensive foul on King. Malcolm now 0 for 5 overall. Just had 23 points and 7 threes in their last game in the win over Huntsville. And another offensive foul called right back on the other side. So now we have Montevallo with the ball. Six seconds to go on the shot clock. King underneath it, yet bounced out. And Champagne with the deflection. Two seconds on the shot clock. Jones the inbound over, and the miss on the shot clock violation. McNeil got the shot off, it just wasn't on target, didn't even hit the rim. So now at the under 4, still an 18-16 CBU lead, and they will have the basketball. Checking in, Daniel Luce, he had 2 early fouls, but now here with the final minutes before halftime, Coach John T. Riley is going to give him a shot. Get his leading scorer back here, trying to put a little distance between themselves and the Falcons before they hit the locker room for halftime. We'll be right back here from Canale Arena with more CBU men's basketball. Christian Brothers leading 18-16 in the final 4 minutes here of the first half at Canale Arena as they take on the Montevallo Falcons. Daniel Luce into the game after the early 2 fouls. CBU getting their leading scorer back. Christian Jones with the basketball. Finding a lane, finding a lay-in. It's a 20-16 CBU lead. Montevallo in the half court. Bonds off to Jones. That one popping in and out. There's been wrap around the rims for both teams so far today, but Daniel Luce finding another lay in there as CBU starting to push the tempo a bit, 22-16. They find King on the block, the turnaround, it drops in. That ends a 2.5-minute scoring drought for Montevallo.
Run right.
Aiden Ruthsatz gets the ball on the right wing. The pop-up, the mid-range just rolls it out.
Up, hands up.
Opong Bramble going to mid-court to check in. Coming in for Daniel Luce. Luce still working with those 2 fouls here in the first half.
He can't throw his body into him. He just threw his body into him. He's got 2 coats.
As Ruthsatz called for his second foul here as well. So CBU doing some managing of the fouls here. John Riley not thrilled with that call on that charge. Bertolette getting the double team treatment. McNeil guarded by Payne. He'll get the foul call. Now going to the line, McNeil, an 82% free throw shooter. Not who you want to put at the line. Mamo in, coming off Christian Jones. He gets the first end of the 1-and-1. So just a 2-point game here. 22-20, CBU leading. Jesse Payne trying to get those 2 points back. Instead, the kick out to Champagne, just a bit off the front iron. McNeil on the drive. They're calling a travel call on him there, so CBU gets the ball back.
Go get another one. 2. Elbow. Charlie, lock in. Elbow. Charlie. Hey, let's go. Elbow. Get out, Steven. Move it.
Final minute of this first half, and Falcons force the turnover, I should say. Bertolet drives in, gets it to fall. Braxton Bertolet, 48% shooter this season. Ties the game at 22 apiece. Jesse Payne directing traffic, gets a screen. The bounce pass. Gets it to go. Opong Bramble gives CBU the lead back 24-22. The timeout coming here from Montevallo. 30-second timeout. Christian Brothers has done a great job of contesting that 3-point shot against Montevallo, but you have to be ready in this second half for them to string a couple of those together. They're 1 of 11 in this first half. You can't expect any team to shoot that low throughout the rest of the game, especially a team that shoots 38% from 3 traditionally like the Falcons do. Shot 46% from deep in their win this week over Huntsville. 24-22, CBU leading Montevallo. Shot clock is off, 13 seconds to go. McNeil with the basketball. The drive gets the reverse to go. We're all tied up at 24. 1 second left, emergency heave. Does not go, and we're all tied up as CBU heads into the locker room 24-24 apiece. We've got a good one starting up here. Percentages haven't been great overall from the field, but otherwise a nice tight game that we've seen here, or tightly played game, I should say, between both Montevallo and Christian Brothers. We'll be back with some first half stats, and we will talk to Jesse Carmack when we come back, head coach of CBU women's basketball, when we come back here from Canale Arena. And we're back here at Canale Arena. Clayton Collier, pleased to be joined by the head coach of the Christian Brothers University women's basketball team, Jesse Carmack. And Coach, congratulations on a very well-played game. I will say that. It was exciting. You know, the way it started out, obviously not how you wanted it to go, but you guys battled throughout that game to be able to make that a contest where you had a chance to win it there on that final possession. That was quite a turnaround after a very slow start for you guys, right?
Thank you. Yes, we definitely started slow, and that's something that we've been talking about and trying to figure out how to have faster starts. Because when we get going, it's really tough. Like we play at such a high pace, and that's the way that we should be playing. But the one thing about this team is they have so much grit, and they fight to the end. And it showed here today. We had a position. We had a great look at a three to win it. We weren't even going for the win. But one thing about this program is we allow them to make basketball plays, and I want them to make basketball plays and learn the game, and I trust them. The biggest thing is I've got a freshman taking a game winner, but I trust Braley, and that's a shot that Braley knocks down in practice all the time.
Yeah, and not to mention also hitting 2 key free throws as well to put yourself in a position to get to that point. A lot of in that second half taking advantage of mistakes that Montevallo had to get yourself there. Emily Jones as well hitting those 3 free throws as well, setting up that possibility and then forcing the turnover on the other end. You talk about fight. That was a lot of never say die attitude in that point where, it was, what was that, a 5-point game at that point?
Yeah, we were down 5 at that point in time, and we have to do a much better job of getting shots defensively, and we did that late, and that's one thing that we've been harping on and working on, and we have to do a little bit more, 2 or 3 more stops in that basketball game. I think we have a different outcome because it allows us to get out and run in transition, which is our game. We really like to get out and run, but Em's been great. She's only a sophomore, and I'm so excited because essentially we have 4 more years with her. But she's taken upon a leadership role to help kind of lead these freshmen, and she's done a terrific job doing that.
And Yaya Coleman, I did want to mention her as well. She started off really struggling in this game, over her first 13. I heard you saying, keep your head up, we believe in you, and she seemed to respond to that. Suddenly ended up with double digits in this game. Almost had a double-double at the end of that. That kind of turnaround, and that was another example of really not saying die in that instance.
Right. Yaya is a special player, and we're very fortunate to be able to pick her up, to bring her home to Memphis from North Carolina A&T, and but here I'm asking a lot more than what's ever been asked for her. And I tell her all the time I ask that much because I trust her and I believe in her, and this team believes in her, and she's very capable of doing really big things in this conference. She didn't have the best start, she didn't have the best game, but yet she almost has a double-double. And I told her I'm going to push her, and I know she struggled, but I trust her on the court. And right now with the young group of kids, it's just believing in themselves and believing in each other, and you just have to keep reminding them of that, because once this team really starts to dig in and believe, very good things can happen for this program.
Carly Bates, hope she's doing all right. She took quite a shot there.
Yeah.
But also finished with a great game as well, 10, 6, and 6. First of all, she doing okay?
Yeah, Carly's doing well.
Yeah.
She's good. She's cleared of that concussion, so that's great. She'll be back in action on Monday in practice. Carly's a tough kid. She's tough. I ask a lot of her. Her and I have a great relationship. She's my point guard. She's my coach on the floor. She does a really good job of leading Braley as well, to kind of have those two. I'm asking a lot of a freshman and a sophomore to lead this team, but they're very capable of doing it, and they work hard and they buy in.
They are, and Jeremiah Montgomery also was having a terrific game up until she ran into some foul trouble there. For a second, I had a little bit of a homer moment there where you had the 5th foul called, and for a minute there it seemed like nobody was mentioning anything. So I was like, I guess I'll just wait to see if anyone says anything for that. But nonetheless, I mean, you were talking to me before the game about how, whether she's a guard, whether she's a forward, she can really play anything, which you don't see all the time for a 6-footer in women's basketball. Somebody that can also go out and play the guard position. They sometimes can get pigeonholed into one of the, just strictly based on height.
Right. Jeremy is a special player. She's going to be really special in this program and really special in this conference. And, the one thing that we have to work on is foul trouble. She's used to being bigger than everybody else, right? And so now I'm asking a freshman to play the guard and the post position, but she's very capable of doing it. And the style that we play, the offensive that we run, allows her to be able to go back and forth. And so we really try to look at mismatch situations for Jeremiah. Who's defending her? Who can she defend? Because she is not only 6 foot, she's very long. And she has a great read for the game. She has a really high basketball IQ and wants to learn. She's in watching film. She's getting extra shots up. She's doing extra things on the court, and that's more than you can ask for from a freshman.
And not to bury the lead here, but Emily Jones, 26 points, 3 off a career high. The clutch free throws at the end there. She really got you guys out of that first slump as well. She got going and had that quick, I think she had something like 8 points there as a quick answer. As you're trying to establish a culture, just how much easier is it to do that when you have somebody like Emily Jones around?
It is. And Em was able to learn from Bryn Lytle last year, who was our first program All-American. And Bryn kind of had that role last year. And it took him a couple games to realize that she's just as capable of doing the things that Bryn did for this program. And Bryn kind of started that for us. And so Em was able to learn from somebody like Bryn. So now she gets to do that for this team and this program. And, she has 26 points and she shoots 2 for 8 from 3. That's the capable player that she is. She's a 3-level scorer. And teams have to pay attention to her. Teams give her their best defenders. But what's great about it is we have other people who are capable of scoring, which does open Emily up some.
Absolutely. And just finally, when you have all these young pieces around and now in year 3 for you, like it's less of this is who I'm here with now. These are the people I'm bringing in. Just, how encouraged are you at this point in terms of the progress you're seeing from some of these, younger women in particular?
Yeah, I love this group of kids, and I tell them all the time, this is our team for 3 years. We don't graduate anybody for at least 2 more years. Darcy can make a decision whether she wants to play that COVID year or not, but we can have this group for at least another year, at least 2 more years, and we'll add some pieces to help us inside. But this team, their buy-in is there, and I love being able to be with them every single day. And I hope that that shot goes in. We work so hard, that shot goes in. It's a different feeling. But then if we had that feeling today, would it be enough to help us at the end? And so what we've talked about so much is it's all about the process, and you have to really trust the process and keep doing the right thing, keep putting in that time, because good things happen to those who do the right thing. And that's what we preach over and over again, day in and day out. Having that calloused mindset of, I'm building that toughness, I'm building mental toughness, I'm building physical toughness, and I'm believing and I'm trusting in this process. And it's a day-to-day thing, and it's something that you have to trust, and I have to remind myself as well, especially on days like today. And if you look at our overall record, I don't think the product that we put on the floor, I don't think our record really tells what this team is capable of doing, and I'm excited for us to continue to build.
In a hard-fought game today, a lot of exciting pace, a lot of what you said, that there was a lot of flashes of the kind of basketball you said you wanted to implement here, so a lot of good signs to take away from this one as well. Coach, thank you so much for taking some time with me.
Yes, thank you so much.
We'll be right back here from Canale Arena with more second half men's basketball action here at CBU. And welcome back to Canale Arena.
Right now, let's go.
Second half action starting here at Canale Arena. Game tied at 24 apiece. CBU starting with the basketball. It's Etienne, Ruth Satz, Luce, Champagne, and with the basketball right now, Christian Jones, number 3. Champagne finds Luce in the paint, but blocked by Bonds. And on the other end, Jason King getting the lay-in.
Right now.
26-24, Montevallo. Jones trying for a fancy floater, it won't go. Diving on the floor is Luce, and he gets it to Ruth Satz. Nice hustle play there from Luce. Christian Jones, baseline cut, the floater won't go. And we'll see a foul called here. That one going against Etienne. Bringing it up the court is Carroll. Finds Bertolet. "12 seconds on the shot clock. Cutting right through the CBU zone, but traveling there, Xavier Malcolm. Been a tough one for Malcolm so far, the leading scorer for Montevallo, 0 for 5 so far, scoreless in this game. Had 23 points in his last one. Etienne, spin move in the paint, and they'll call a jump ball here. Possession arrow favors Montevallo. Xavier Malcolm, bounce pass. Over to Bonds. Bertolet, top of the key. They find Bonds on the right block. Lost it on the bounce pass there. Jones on the drive. Doesn't go. Rebound does. Nice cleanup work from Bramble. The New York Tech transfer. The 3-ball off the mark from Bond. CBU now back with it, looking to take the lead. Bramble off the block, it won't go. Gets his own rebound. There's a foul called here. This one against 13. That's Bonds for Montevallo. CBU will get it set here. 26 apiece, CBU. We're going to move in front. Except it's taken away right off the inbound. Bonds with the steal. High-low action, kicked back out. Bertolet now in the short corner. Bounce it along the baseline. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Bonds working around Bramble. It won't go, and rebound comes in from Etienne. Nice defensive play there from CBU. but they give it right back. Bertolet in transition. Gets the lay-in to go. Falcons take a 28-26 lead. CBU takes the timeout. Getting shots to fall have been a consistent issue for both teams throughout here. Montevallo still hasn't found their three-point shot, but they've been able to get it done in the paint, off the fast break, especially here in this second half, and the couple buckets that we've seen from them. Bond's already having a big day on the boards for Montevallo. 10 rebounds already in the first 23 and a half minutes of this game. Just 3 points, though. But CBU out-rebounding overall, 26-23. Your 5 for the brothers on the floor are Ruth Satz, Jones, Champagne, Etienne, and Bramble.
Talk, Braxton. You're taking it. Good, Bob.
Ruth Satz kicking over to Etienne. Jones getting the screen, top of the key. Bounce feed in. Some high-low action, tips it back in on the second chance is Bramble. Gets it to go. We're all tied up at 28 apiece. King trying a spin move, almost lost it. Instead finds Carroll here. Working his way into the paint. Gets the bucket to go. 30-28 the score. Ruth Satz right down Broadway, doesn't go. Out on the baseline. And at the under 16, Montevallo leading 30-28. We're right back here from Canale Arena with more CBU men's basketball. And welcome back to Canale Arena. Montevallo leading 30-28. CBU with the basketball, though. Ruth Satz pulling up for a 12-footer. Wanting an and one, but just instead going to the line. Etienne. Ball pops out. That one on Bonds. That's Bonds' second. Etienne's first free throws of the day. Hits the first one. And 1 for 2. It's been a struggle for ATN from the line so far this year. 4 of 13. Bertolet gets the three-pointer to go. And now it's a 4-point Falcons lead. Ruth Satz directing traffic here. Jones with a hesitation gets it off the window. The bank gets the Bucks within 2. Bonds underneath. His second bucket of the day. He has 10 rebounds. And here, with 14 minutes left in the second half, got his first bucket inside. Only other one was a three-pointer. Getting it back for the Bucks is Bramble. 2-point game here. Daniel Luce getting ready to check in at midcourt. Bonds again finding it underneath. Up to 7 points on a double-double watch. Ruth Satz takes the baseline cut, gets it to go. His first points of the game. He was 0 for 4 before that. Averages 13 points a game for this team. Second only to Daniel Luce. They need to get him going offensively. Bertolet from 3. He hits. Braxton Bertolet, 4 of his last 5 shots have fallen. To the tune of a 40-35 lead for Montevallo. Bertolet has a game-high 12 points so far, 5 of 9 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3. Braxton Bertolet is 2 of 5, as I said, from deep. The rest of the team is 1 of 9. He has been the force that they needed, especially in this low-scoring game where shots have not fallen very well for either team, especially from deep. Combined, these teams just 5 of 22 from deep. Coming out of the huddle for CBU, Champagne, Jones, Etienne, Luce, and Ruth Satz. For Montevallo, it's Malcolm, Bertolet, King, Gardner back into the game, and Carroll. Into the game, Jesse Payne coming off Charlie Champagne. Ruth Satz pulling up for 3, misses front iron. And coming in for the dunk on the breakaway is Jason King. Makes it a 7-point Falcons lead. (42-35). The Falcons lead is coming in. Is Difel. The 6'3" senior guard from Cincinnati, Ohio. Checks in and inbounds. Payne's pass nearly taken away. Jones there to back it up. On the no-look, tried to go to Luce. Miscommunication there. Now Falcons get it off to Gardner. It's a 9-point lead. Timeout here coming from CBU. And a 9-point lead for the Falcons. We'll be right back here from Canale Arena. Welcome back to Canale Arena as the CBU Bucks trail the Montevallo Falcons 44-35, 12:15 left on the clock here in the second half.
What's our deal, fellas? You got anything in it? Any pride? Here we go, 4 games. Want to compete at a high level.
Falcons on a 7-0 run. Jones finds Luce underneath, gets the bucket to go. It's a 7-point game. Can they make a stop here, though, against Montevallo? They've made 8 of their last 9 field goals. Carroll swings it out, and nobody's home. These are the breaks CBU needs here, but they need to capitalize on them. Christian Jones driving in. The floater skips along the back iron. Bertolet back down with it. Bertolet bouncing the paint and nearly gets away. And they'll give it to CBU as it skips out on the baseline. 2 straight empty possessions for the Falcons. Jesse Payne trying to make something happen here for CBU. He does his first bucket in a month. He had been hurt. He had been out. 3rd game back. And Jesse Payne is back on the board. Not only that, he's going to the line trying to get his free throw attempt here as well. Just Payne's 2nd miss from the free throw line this year. Came into the game 9 of 10 from the charity stripe. Falcons swinging it around the arc, 12 seconds on the shot clock. And we get a whistle here, a foul against Jesse Payne. That's his first. Carroll finds finds Bonds. Gets the bucket and the foul. Got Deifel in the air. Excuse me, that was loose. And that's Loose's fourth foul. So the Bucks' leading scorer now having to manage 4 fouls here with 10:39 to go in regulation. 46-39, Montevallo leads. Jesse Payne, high-low action, finds Bramble for the lay-in, and we're back to a 5-point game. Carroll from the free throw line, it doesn't fall. Gardner with the rebound. Carroll back with it again. The floater, it won't fall this time. CBU with the board. Jesse Payne pushing the tempo. Jones, kick to Ruthsatz. Back out to Payne. Jones around the arc. They find Deifel. Another feed. This time it's stolen from Bonds. All alone, Bertolet. He gets the lay-in to go. 48-41, the Falcons lead. CBU trying to find their rhythm here. Payne firing off a 3. It goes long. Bertolet with the rebound. Carroll waits for numbers. Payne aggressive on defense on him. CBU in the zone. Bonds running into the double team. Deifel running the length of the floor, gets it to go. Deifel up to 6 points so far. Carroll firing off a 3. That's short, but he gets the rebound. Ten seconds on the shot clock. Carroll skips it down to Gardner. Falls out on the baseline, so CBU will get it back. Luce is in, Jones is out. Fami Mamo checking into the game. Deifel, Payne, Luce, Ruthsatz, and Mamo, your 5 for CBU. As we cross under 8 minutes. Payne swings it to Mamo. Ball nearly lost. Payne now underneath with it, picked up by Deifel. Oh! The referee gets hit with the basketball. Didn't see what the call was before he got dinged. So it's a 48-43 game, 7:39 left to play. It looked like it was a foul on Christian Brothers there. I believe they called it on Deifel. CBU is meeting here in a huddle, and head coach Danny Young seems to be wondering what's going on with that as well, because his team was not in the huddle here.
That's funny. That's a good call. We talked through all that.
So the foul will send Xavier Malcolm to the line.
Hey, we're running staff, run it. It's our ball. You're in it, all the way.
So they're going to call the under 8 media now, and there's some confusion kind of going on here. And we're going to figure out what comes next here. Coach Danny Young was saying it's their ball. Christian Brothers seem to be confused, so we'll take a quick break and we'll figure out what's coming up next here after this media break. Montevallo leading 49-43 with 7:39 to play. And we're back from Canale Arena here with CBU trailing Montevallo 49-43. So the clearing up was where to put the shot clock. CBU called a timeout when they did not have one, hence the technical free throw. Now 2 seconds on the shot clock here. Two seconds now on the shot clock for CBU. Pulling up is loose. It doesn't go. Fight for the board, and it goes out. They're going to say it's a Montevallo basketball. CBU can't believe it. The bench all reacted with hands up at the same time. Now they're all chanting defense here. Down 6, 7.5 to play. Montevallo with the basketball. As that pass slips through the hands of Xavier Malcolm. It's been a tough game for Montevallo's leading scorer. The turnover there still just has the 1 point off of the technical free throw now. Payne gets the bounce pass into Deifel. He has the double team underneath. Tries to get the shot off. Loose. Couldn't quite get there now. Montevallo's coming back with it. Champagne getting ready to check in at midcourt. But first, they have to deal with Carroll. Underneath. Doesn't get the friendly bounce, but Bonds almost had the rebound. Fight for the ball. Jesse Payne comes away with it. Christian Jones with a little Euro action. It sticks in the back iron, but a foul called as well. That'll be against 0, Xavier Malcolm, and it will send Jones to the line. 6.5 to play. Down 6 is CBU. That first one falls for Christian Jones. Jones, a 58% free throw shooter this season. But he beats the odds. A perfect 2 for 2 from the line there. Gets his team within 4. Now it's Montevallo's turn. McNeil guarded by Payne. Jason King turning around, getting that shot to fall, brings the lead back to 6. Ruth Satz, the kick out to Jones. Jones finds Luce. He gets the and one. It's been a tough day for Daniel Luce, the leading scorer for CBU. Been dealing with foul trouble throughout this game after an early 2. He's up to 8 points now. Misses the free throw, but makes it a 4-point game again. 5:30 to play. CBU chanting defense in the empty Canale Arena. No spectators allowed right now due to COVID-19 surging. Carroll on the drive. Gets it to go right side of the basket. Back to a 6-point game again. Danny Young from Montevallo saying they need a stop. CBU needs a stop as well. On the other end, Christian Jones, free throw line pull-up. Misses back iron, the tip away. It'll be Montevallo basketball. Carroll gets the cut underneath, gets it to fall. 8-point lead now for the Falcons.
Hey, ready,
Montevallo's called for a tech, Bob Carroll. That's a break for CBU. They surely needed it.
What did you do, Randy? You can't do that. What happened? They're talking.
Danny Young doesn't like the call for the technical.
Hey, we can't win if we take on. Hey, who's going to get a rebound for?
Going to the line, Aiden Ruthsat, 78% free throw shooter this season. Gets the front end.
Hold on. Hey, get the matchup. Who is it?
Bertolette coming in for the quick exchange. Carroll coming off. Nope, Carroll staying in.
Stay with it.
Danny Young says, no, you stay in. Instead, it's Jason King coming off. Hoping Carroll can cool down while staying out there. As Ruth Satz hits the second one. So not only is it now a 6-point game, but CBU will have the ball off the technical. These are the moments you got to capitalize on. Ruth Satz, mid-range pull-up, doesn't go. Bertolette with the rebound for the Falcons. Timeout called here for Montevallo, full timeout. There goes my hero playing here at Canale Arena. Who's it going to be for the Bucks? We'll find out when we come back. Welcome back to Canale Arena. CBU trailing Montevallo 55-49. Trying to limit the damage here as the Falcons have the basketball. Carroll at the top of the arc. Dropping it into Bonds, and he gets the friendly roll to fall. It's an 8-point Falcons lead. Aiden Ruth Satz falling down against the double team. Montevallo coming right back with it. They say it's clean. 3.5 minutes left to play. 57-49 Falcons. Ten seconds on the shot clock. McNeil on the drive. It doesn't fall. And CBU coming right back with it. Excuse me, it did fall on the second chance there. So it's now a 10-point game. Aiden Ruth Satz trying to make it single digits. Jones now with the mid-range pull-up. It skips across the iron. Loose. Pulls it back down. Champagne for the three-point attempt. No. And Carroll now crossing the timeline. It skips off his shoe. And they'll say it's over and back there. Excuse me, a double dribble there. So it'll be Deifel to inbound.
Stay with it, though. Stay with it. Here you go.
10-point game, 2:31 to play. Ruth Satz taking it up. Gets a pick from Luce. Tried to roll it. Instead it rolls right back to the Falcons. Montevallo driving right down. They'll call a charge. Hanging in with Champagne. And CBU forcing a turnover here with 2 minutes to go, down 10. So now they're saying he was in the arc, so instead they're going to count the basket. Believe a 1-and-1 as well.
Hey, you got shooters?
Hey, all 5 of you down there. All 5 of you down there.
So the three-point play is completed. 62-49. Now the score, 2:02 to play.
Stay down.
And an uphill battle for CBU. Fight for the board, last touched. There they go. They turned it around there. It was very obviously last touched by Montevallo. Good part on the officials to correct that one there. Ruth Sets pulls up, it's for 3, doesn't go, rebound loose, gets it to fall, 11-point game now, 1:38 to play. CBU needs a steal. Bertolette kicks it wide out. Ruth Sats tried to reach in and they call a foul on him. That's his third. 1:20 to play. An 11-point CBU lead. Excuse me, 11-point Montevallo lead. Trying to get over to foul in time. Bertolette finally fires it off as the shot clock expires. But a foul called here. This one against Jones. Tough break for CBU just as the shot clock was expiring. And Bertolette will shoot 3 as he was fouled while firing off. Bertolette, a 76% free throw shooter coming into today.
Hey, Fox out! Hey,
Has had a great game in a low-scoring affair here overall.
No fouls, just guard it.
Bertolette up to 16 points, a game high. As Montevallo up 13, 40 seconds left in this one. As Carroll was going up for that, Champagne came down hard there. .6 left to play as Carroll goes to the line.
Whole way. Hey, who's going to get shooter?
65-51 the score as we get under 30. Just about a half-second difference between shot and game clock. As Jones gets it to fall, shot clock now off. And CBU will not foul here. As the final seconds tick away, Montevallo takes this one by a final of 65-53. And a hard-fought game for both teams here, but for CBU, a tough game for both teams from three-point land. Just overall, tough defensively for CBU against this Montevallo team. Shot 50% from the field overall, the Falcons did, despite a 3 for 15 showing from long distance. On the other end, Christian Brothers, 37% from the field overall, 2 for 12, just 16% from deep. Out-rebounded 38-35. Montevallo is sharing the basketball, 17 assists compared to Christian Brothers' 11. 9 steals for Montevallo as well, compared to just 2 here for CBU. That'll do it here from Canale Arena. Thank you so much for listening throughout the afternoon. Christian Brothers falls in this one by a final score of 65-53. Have a good night.